Bismillah. What's going on, YouTube? Let me ask you a question. And I just want you guys to just think about this and think, is this something that's a situation that you're in your life and this is what you're going through? Are you in a phase in your life right now where you're hoping things don't happen? And what I mean by that is this. We all know where we are financially. We know what we have in our bank account. We know what we are prepared for financially and what we're not prepared for financially. But is anyone out there right now, their financial plan is they wake up every day and when the phone rings they cringe because they're wondering in their heart, like, look, please don't let that be a financial emergency on that telephone, because if something happens, I can't handle it. They're driving their car with extra care. If the car makes a noise, they close their ears as if they can't hear the noise in the car because they know that they don't have the money to take care of it. You get ready to shift your gears and it sounds like the transmission is going out, and you like, just please God, please just fix this transmission, because God knows I don't have the money to fix that problem. You're begging your kids don't ask you for money or ask you for a new pair of shoes, or they don't grow because you know that you can't afford a pair of shoes and clothes and things like this, whatever. And we can go on and on and on with this type of behavior. But I am here to tell you today that if that's your lifestyle, you need to put the brakes on it today. Because let me tell you something. If you're in the game of life right now, and you're breathing right now, you're looking at this video right now, you're in the game. And one thing about being in the game is that you're not exempt from anything that goes on in life. So if problems are happening to your neighbor, problems are going to happen to you. Your car is going to break down. Emergencies are going to come. Tornadoes are going to come and wipe your house off the platform that it's sitting on. It's going to happen. So you have one or two things you can do. You can continue on with this type of behavior that you have now and worry yourself to death and become sick from this type of thinking, because when you worry like that, it can't help but to raise raise your blood pressure, or stress is the cause of 95% of the diseases, they say. Or you can prepare for things that are going to happen. You see, there is a way that you can take all the emergencies, the financial emergencies, out of your life. And you may ask, well, how do you do that? It's called preparing. If you prepare, you can take when that phone rings, or when you hear that car that sounds like the transmission, what do? You take that car that you have with the money you saved, I'm going to get into that in a minute, with the money you've been saving for that emergency, and you hand it to the mechanic and say, look, my car's been having some problems, whatever it is, check it out. Just fix the problem. Okay? Now, one may say, well, how do I prepare for financial emergencies? Well, the first thing you have to say to yourself is, they're going to happen. That's the first thing you have to say to yourself. And what I do is I put $300 a month to the side every month religiously, whether something happens or whether it doesn't. And I don't depend on myself to do it. Like, I don't have the money in the account and just take it, okay, today I'm going to put $300. Never do that. Because if you do that, some months you do it, some months you won't do it. It's taken out automatically. And that's my emergency fund money. When something happens, when I get that phone call, when someone dies in your family, and you got to make that plane, you got to make that flight, all that's being taken care of. You take that anxiety out of your life, because something is going to happen. And I promise you, if you set yourself up for this, and you add this part right here in your life will have tremendous success. You'll make your life so much easier. Because don't get me wrong, there was a time in my life that I used to think, please, I hope nothing happens. if I could just make it to this day, and guess what? On that day, that's when the catastrophe comes. So it's kind of like life slapping you around and saying, be prepared. It'll throw something in your life and you ignore it, like, that hurt. And then boom, it throws something else in your life and you're like, that hurt. But you just keep not preparing. So stop that type of thinking today, and tomorrow tell yourself that you're going to prepare for that. If you like the things that I talk about in this channel, if you have any questions or comments, please subscribe to the channel, by the way. Let me hear. Let's start a forum. Let's get some talks. Let's talk about this subject, and let me hear you guys' thoughts. So until next time, signing off.